Hi again then guys, and welcome to the 62nd episode of Weekend Warriors, the review series for Gran Turismo's very broad overarching category of sports cars and everything therein, from modern muscle coupes to traditional 2+2 coupes to luxury coupes from companies like BMW or Mercedes, and of course including traditional sports cars like your TVRs, small open tops with 2 seats, rear-wheel drive, and relative affordability. Now, this particular vehicle is a car which we touched on earlier on this week in the X-Tunes tuning series in its extreme fully tuned form, which can actually, in terms of its on-paper numbers at least, rival some actual race cars. And this, of course, is one of the modern muscle cars in the game, one of the muscle cars from the year 2000, the Mustang GT. Now, this is a car straight off the bat which doesn't really get the recognition on Gran Turismo 6 which it deserves. This is an excellent car for sheer bang for buck. In a similar way to cars like the Monaro, it offers huge tuning potential, well over 700 horsepower, in fact almost 800 horsepower in this form, over 800 in the non-premium form, and the pricing is excellent. Now, of the two, I would probably recommend this car. It costs just under 50 grand. It has the advantage of being a full premium with the detailed interior, the visual upgrades, the flat floor, which is in itself a massive advantage, but it is to be noted that the non-premium is also an excellent car, because not only is it more powerful than this vehicle, around 804 horsepower on that version if memory serves, but it's also much cheaper. That is a 25 grand car, and that is ridiculous value for that kind of power. Obviously it doesn't come with that power, but you can tune it up to that level. Now, this car has 784 horsepower, 740 foot-pounds of torque, and you get that from a supercharged 4.6 litre V8 with all of your upgrades fitted. Now, the weight on the car, even after the full weight loss package, is still a hefty amount. But at the same time, for an American muscle car, 1,305 kilos isn't too bad. That is roughly 100 kilos less than something like a Chrysler 300C. For instance, it's a similar kind of weight to the newer shape Camaro, so it's pretty well placed against its brethren, its siblings, its rivals even. And the fully tuned PP level without the flat floor is a pretty good 579. If you fit the flat floor, it jumps all the way up to 620, so it makes a massive difference. The horsepower per tonne is supercar level in its fully tuned form, 601, which again is very impressive, and in a straight line without the flat floor, you can get this car to comfortably cruise, again if memory serves, at around 250, 260 miles per hour, even without slipstream or NOS. It really is that quick, and that makes it quicker than the newer shape Camaro, which is another interesting thing to note for potential racing use. That can definitely come in handy on tracks like, of course, Route X, but also Route 7, and tracks like the Le Mans, of course, without the chicanes in particular. Now, overall, the Mustang, to be completely honest, and this may sound surprising given the way I'm talking about it, it's not a car that I like that much. There are some Mustangs which I think look pretty good, but I'm not a Mustang fan. Generally speaking, I have respect for the car, what it's accomplished, how popular it is, what a benchmark it's been for the muscle car category, for the pony car category, and of course for Ford in general, but I'm just not a real fan of the car. I'm not really a huge fan of the Nissan GTR either though, so that puts it in perspective a little bit. Now, overall, this car is excellent in a straight line, but it is sometimes notorious, in this form in particular, for its cornering ability. It's not bad as such, but it's surprisingly stiff and heavy in terms of understeer, not in terms of weight, because as we said, the physical weight is actually pretty good. The way it handles, though, is a little bit of a detriment to it, and even when you tune the car's suspension and its diff, such as how I did in the X-Tunes video, it's still not exactly a car which demands finesse or allows you to thread the needle as some other muscle cars even can. Something like a Camaro, for instance, the newer one, is actually a pretty good track car. The Challenger SRT8 is a superb track car even without the flat floor. This one, on the other hand, isn't that great. The Boss 302 is significantly better through corners. This one's biggest advantage by far is how affordable it is. Now, even the Boss Mustang isn't that expensive. This one, though, is even cheaper. So this is the kind of car which I would not recommend to everyone who just wants to win all of the races that they enter, because it simply can be beaten. Something like a Monaro, for instance, or a Pontiac GTO, the newer generation, can beat this car. But for a driver who is maybe newer to the game, especially the non-premium version with that 25 grand price tag, if you need a big, powerful, fast car, or just want a big, powerful, fast car for dirt cheap money, then this is a very good place to look, because it really offers that in spades. Say, for instance, you're a newer driver, you're working through career mode, you want to grind through like the wind at an affordable price. This is a great car for that. Now, of course, you could also buy a Tomicara ZZ2 for that same thing, so, of course, it's not a perfect car, and it's not really even an essential car. But for those who like Mustangs, it does have a lot to offer, and although I would recommend the premium overall, the non-premium is not to be discounted. It is more powerful, and it is a lot cheaper. So overall, that's it for this particular pick. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.